In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install gutters and a downspout, a simple downspout to go with those gutters. And I'm going to talk about just some materials you're going to need to do this. So the first thing you're going to need are some end gaps or end caps. And these you're going to need the same size for your gutters. And how do you know what size gutters you have? Well, you could just measure the length you see from here to here, and that'll give you the size of the gutters that you have. So I have 5 inches, so these are 5-inch end gaps. You want to get to, you want to make sure that you have a right and a left one, and they tell you at the bottom. You also want to make sure that you have caulking, because you're going to need to caulk various things like those end caps and the downspout connector when you do get that. And right here I'm just using a gray silicone based caulking, okay? And you're also going to want to get hangers, same size as your gutters, so these are 5 inches. And I'm going to get, varies depending on how much you need. I'm getting about 30 of them because I'm going about 30 feet of gutters. So you're going to have to measure how much you need. They're going to get roughly spaced anywhere between 30 inches. So just if you need to do the math, 30 inches. And I'm also getting seam connectors like you see here, and these seam connectors are going to be used to connect each gutter section, because I'm using 10-foot gutter sections, right? And I also have caulking for that. For when I apply that, I'm going to caulk those seams, and then I have self-drilling screws that's going to help me screw into the aluminum, right? You're also going to need a tape measure with a ladder as well to get up access to those eaves, okay? So those are going to be all the tools you need to do this. Now, for your downspout, for the downspout, you're going to need an elbow, and what that elbow is going to do is it's going to bring you closer to the wall. And then you're also going to need a extender that's going to connect this elbow to the second elbow. And then you're also going to need a downspout outlet as well that's going to go through there with your downspout itself, and some type of a extender to that downspout as well. So the first thing you want to do is design your gutters on the floor. It'll make it easier for you. That way you don't have to do them on top of the ladder. So you're going to caulk in the seams of this end cap. That's the first thing that I'm installing now, because that does need time to dry. So I'm going to go ahead, and what we're doing, and it's just like I said, caulking that end gap into this space here that you see, because when you go ahead and connect that to the gutter, that's going to go ahead and solidify that in place. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and fit that end cap into the gutter. You might have to bend it a little bit, to form it around. It is aluminum. And once you do that, you're going to screw, once that caulking dries, where I'm pointing here on that end cap. So you can see here, if I point at this example, you have screw there. You also have a screw on that side and on that side. So 3 screws on those end caps, pretty much 1 in each corner and 1 in the middle. And that's going to also keep that end cap in place. So you also want to caulk inside, like you see here. So we're going to caulk inside as well. That way that seam is nice and caulked as well. That way, like I said, no water penetration points going at that end point. Now, after that end cap's caulk is drying, you got to let that dry before you do those 3 screws. So go ahead and just get your hangers in place. So your first hanger is going to set 6 inches from your edge. Okay, from that first hanger, you're going to space every 30 inches. That's what I'm doing here. So that's what we're doing. We're taking a tape measure, and we're going to just put these in the positions, like I said. That way when we take this gutter up under the drip edge, they're already in position, and we're not having to do that all on the ladder. I also have here the seam connector, like I talked about earlier, in place. That way when I go up, that's going to also be in position as well. And I'll show you guys later how to do that. After that, it does help to have 2 people, because then you're going to have to put those gutters up under the drip edge. Now, it is key that these gutters go up under the drip edge like you guys see here. If not, the water is just going to miss the gutters and go right behind it. So that's a very key, important detail you need to make sure you follow. Otherwise, like I said, this is just going to be redundant. So make sure you go up under the drip edge like you see here. And the key to having the proper slope is every 10 to 12 feet, you can have anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to 1 inch. It really just kind of depends on your climate as well. I'm going with anywhere between 2/4 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of slope every 10 feet, So I'm going to make sure that I get that at that end of that mark. And we're just, like I said, making sure everything's level. We're making sure all the hangers are up under the drip edge as well. So if I get on top of my ladder and show you guys, you can see that the hangers are going up under that drip edge as well. So you want to make sure that's doing that as well. And that's how you make sure, like I said, that you're aligned properly. Now, once you go ahead and you make sure those hangers are nice and snug, like I said, make sure everything is level. And like I said, have that 1/4 to a 1-inch slope at the end of your 10-foot mark, making sure everything's level. And then, like I said, screw all of those hangers in real good to keep them nice and snug. So that's what we're going to go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and screw out each hangers. Now, one quick tip to make sure that you went right behind the drip edge effectively and correctly is go under the gutters, and you should have no sunlight escaping under the gutters at all. And that's how you know you went properly under the drip edge. Then what I went ahead and did is I'm securing that end cap with those 3 screws like I talked about earlier in this video, because the caulking now is dry. So I'm doing 1 at the bottom and 1 on each side. And like I said, that's going to keep that end cap from moving and staying in place. From there, we're proceeding right next to the next section. We're going to use that gutter seam connector, like I talked about earlier, to connect these 2 gutters together at that seam point. And pretty much the way you use this seam connector is pretty simple. It's going to have a little hook that you're going to hook on top of your gutter, and then a flap that's going to go around on the back side and fold on the inside of that gutter. And then you would screw it. You don't have to screw it, but I like to screw it to keep it flush, and then caulk around all that seam to make sure everything is secure. That way no water penetration comes through on that seam as well. From there, you're going to just repeat the process. So go ahead and do the same pretty much steps for the second section, maintaining your slope, your 1/4 inch to a 1-inch slope for every 10 feet. Like I talked about earlier, all the way down to your downspout, and making sure the the gutter is going up behind the drip edge and the hangers as well, because like I said, you don't want to leave no sunlight up under the gutter. You want water to come from the drip edge to the gutter, okay? So making sure everything is snug, keeping the slope, and again, go ahead and screw these hangers nice and snug to that fascia. That way the gutter stays in place. That way high winds is not moving it around. Okay, so once you go ahead and you do these steps, just repeat the process for the third section, and then you're ready to go ahead and install your downspout. Now, to install your downspout, you're going to first have to trace your outline to that downspout. Now, the key here is making sure you're going around the inside of the downspout when you're tracing, because if you go around the outside, you're going to make it too big, and it's just going to fall right through. So you want it to where the bottom piece goes through, but that top piece is going to go right and rest right on top of that gutter, because then you're going to nail that and then also caulk it as well. After that, what I'm doing is I'm just taking some metal shears and I'm going to just cut around that outline. Now, it might help if you pre-drill a hole just in that outline that you drew, and then, like I said, just stick those shears and you can just cut around pretty easily. With some sharp shears, you can do this pretty quickly and just cut, like I said, right along the line. You don't have to use any machinery. This, to me, seems to be the easiest way, at least for me. I've never had a problem doing it this way. So once you cut out that outline for your outlet, what you're going to go ahead and do is, like I said, you're going to caulk around where you see me tracing here. Now you're going to skip over where you're going to screw. So you're going to just caulk all around the edge, and then just, like I said, leave the space for your screws, because you're going to screw there. You don't want to caulk that and then screw through the caulk. So once you go ahead and do that, you're going to get in position. You're going to put the drop inlet right where you drew that outlet out. Now, you're also going to caulk the inside as well, so just keep that in mind and keep that in perspective after you go ahead and screw it to the gutter. So I like to always add double caulk, just for extra protection. So after you go ahead and do that, we can go ahead and proceed to the next step, which is going to be installing the elbow. Now, to install the elbow, it's pretty easy. You're going to go ahead and nail that elbow to that drop inlet, so that way it can stay in place. So that's what I'm doing here. And that first elbow is going to pretty much bend towards the siding of the house. and that's going to send it to the extender that's going to connect to the other elbow that will connect to the downspout. Now, after you install your first elbow, you're going to want to go ahead and measure how long your extender is going to be. You might not need one, but in my situation, I do, because you want that second elbow to rest right next to the siding of the home, because you want that downspout to follow when that connects to the elbow all the way pretty much close to the siding, right? You don't want it to be have no space, because then wind can push the gutter out and allow it to disconnect. So we want to go ahead and make sure it's near the siding, and you want to, when you measure your dimensions for your extender, you got to keep in mind that you're going to have to put a little bit of the aluminum inside the elbows. So leave an inch for in on both ends, okay? And when you also, for your measuring your downspout, remember, you're going to measure from the bottom of that elbow, and then you're going to leave about a little bit of space on the bottom as well for your downspout extender, okay? So just keep that in mind. So what I went ahead and did is I assembled everything on the ground. So what I did is I put the elbow with the extender, I put that into the downspout, and then I connected the downspout extender as well, and I nailed them all, screwed them all together, and pretty much that way they stay in place. When I go to connect it to the other elbow, it's going to make that a lot easier. And then I'm going to screw that together. And that's going to just get everything in place. And that's pretty much going to be the last, main step you're going to have to do for this project. Once you're done from that, you're ready to go and connect your downspout to that elbow. And just a few things to keep in mind. You want to always keep 6 feet away from your foundation. So if it doesn't have 6 feet away from your foundation, then your downspout extender is not big enough. Okay, it's not long enough, okay? So you need to make it longer. Also, you want to make sure that you have a slope away from your foundation. Otherwise, these gutters are just going to serve no purpose at all. So just make sure you have those two things intact. And then the last thing pretty much is just to check all your corners, right? Just make sure everything is caulked. Make sure there's no holes in any of the gutters. If there are, you can caulk those penetration points. Make sure there's no sunlight, like I talked about, exposed under the gutters. Make sure the end caps are all screwed. Make sure you screwed everything. The last thing you want to do after you screwed everything in place is you do want to install some brackets on that gutter, and that's just going to keep it in place. And that's pretty simple. You just buy these from Home Depot, put the bracket on top, and just screw one screw on each side, and that's going to keep that downspout from moving side to side in heavy winds, right? So keep all the rules in effect, guys. Make sure you have that 1/4 inch slope. Make sure your downspout is diverting 6 feet away from the foundation, and you have a negative slope. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to install your gutters and a downspout. Another way to confirm your gutters are working is obviously to go out when it's raining and look at all the connection points and see if any of the points are leaking. So we're good in every possible way. We're walking up under, we're checking the seams as well, see if those are leaking. And one last thing also, you're going to want to have a splash block at the end of your downspout, because when the water comes out, it's going to come at a very high velocity, and if you don't have one, it could damage whatever you have there, the grass, concrete. So you do want to have a splash block just so you can take some of that velocity from the water and not damage whatever's on that ground. So that's about the last tip I have for you guys.